Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Mourinho Challenge. We've got a new club, and it's Juventus. They came in and offered us a contract almost straight away. We had an interview. They said, "Do you want to come along?" And that was pretty much it. I thought, great, we're gonna be in a fantastic position. Juventus are a very good side. What I didn't quite realise is that they've been going through a few issues. So we're going to jump straight into it. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more about the Juventus and our time here for the next 2 seasons. But it could be interesting. There's plenty of competitions we could win. We can win 4 competitions. They're in the Europa League, so that's a very good opportunity. Is obviously the Serie A, the Italian Cup, and the Italian Super Cup, which we're in the final of already. So there is plenty of opportunities for trophies, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. Now, what we could have a look at is the Serie A. Now, Juventus haven't won it for the last 3 years. Lazio have seemed to kind of taken control of the division. They've got a few decent players in there, certainly. Zidane at the helm as well. So, not surprising, really. That's kind of who's been on top dog. With a few of those little bits of information we've got there. But the other issue we've got is half of the squad is retiring. Going through the team, we can see that there are a few that have actually decided that they're leaving. First off, Sandro Tonali, who's obviously still very, very good and could have been brilliant for us. He's retiring in the next 10 days, so he'll be off. We've got Rasul Sargoiz. He's with us, so that's quite cool. We've had him at Barcelona. He was decent there, so that's nice to see. But we've also got Thiago, which isn't the Thiago that you'd expect, but a decent Thiago anyway. Ronaldo Araujo, obviously, he left Arsenal at the end of his contract, joined Juventus. We followed him here, so he's probably going to be a bit annoyed that we followed him. But he'll undoubtedly be retiring at the end of the season. 37 years old. Pedro Porro's 36. You've got Matthias de Ligt, who's retiring now. He's retiring in 10 days. Then you've also got Gianluigi Donnarumma, who's also retiring in 10 days. So, I mean, if we just look at the age of this team, there's only a few players under the age of 30, let alone 20. There's 3 players 25 or younger. I mean, I know I'm a fan of bringing in those players that we know the name of and and them being a bit older, but this could cause issues because we've got at least 4, I think, players that are going to be retiring at the end of the season or in the next 10 days, and we're going to have to bring some players in. We've got a bit of money. We've got 69 million. Ravella is looking like he's going to be leaving to join Real Sociedad as well. So it's going to be a challenge. What we'll do is we'll jump ahead to the start of the season, and I'll have gone through the window. And we'll be able to see who we've brought in and what we've managed to do. At the moment, I have stuck in our 4-1-4-1 formation that we've kind of been using over the last couple of years, which has given us quite a bit of success. So we'll be using that to see if that works. If not, we can obviously make changes. But with that, I'll see you in just a moment when we have hopefully signed some decent players. So here we are. We are at the start of the season. We have made lots of transfers. We've made lots of dealings. And we've got a new style of formation. A little bit the same, a little bit different. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. With that, let's take a look at the transfers first. I think that's the best thing to do. Transfer history. Here we are. So obviously, we had a bunch of players retiring. Tonali, De Ligt, and Donnarumma were the 3 big ones. We have brought players in. Obviously, Ronaldo Araujo was already coming into the club. He had already joined, ended the contract at Arsenal. He's joined us. So, I mean, we know him very well. We've had him at a few clubs already. So, we're very happy with him being in there. Very experienced. So, he can go alongside our other young centre-back that we've got in the club. But we've got a few loans in. The first one is Xavi René. We know him from Barcelona. I thought he could... Once you see the tactic, I think you'll understand where I was going with this. He's got some lovely stats in dribbling, first touch, passing technique. Lots of close quarter passing is exactly what we want. And mentals are good. So I was like, yeah, if we can get him in on loan, fantastic. We haven't got the money to just buy loads of players because we can't afford to do so, but we need a lot of players. We then raided PSG for a couple of loans. Quentin Leroux is one. Again, you'll understand why I brought him in. He's not incredible or anything like that, but I'd certainly say a player that can do a job for us as a backup, which is exactly what he's here for. And it's similar for David Cervenka as well. He'll be playing more left midfield for us when we need him to. But 19 years old, again, more just backup player, need another player in the squad. Let me fix their faces first. Okay, faces should have been fixed now. Now, Tony Escobar we brought in 101 million. Well, we haven't paid it all in one go, with installments, that sort of thing. But a player that I think, again, fits the style of play we want to play. I mean, it's pretty similar as to how we've been playing before. He's an attacking player. Lots of good qualities there. Passing, technique, first touch. Lots of good stuff there. From Chelsea, 168 million he's worth. So, I mean, only 23 years old. Plenty of time to grow as well. Younger team, younger players. That's what we've been looking for. Saying that, we have also brought in Alphonso Davies for 5 million from Chelsea. He'll be playing left wing. He looks still very, very good. I mean, that's why I brought him in. Loads of experience, good technique, fantastic physical still absolutely rapid. Mentals are great, and some lovely dribbling and crossing as well. So can't argue with that. We then had to replace the keeper. Again, it's just so hard to find half-decent keepers for not £400 million. So Thomas Matchsen has come in from PSG. He's come in on a permanent to be our keeper for the season, 18 to 22 million. And then finally, for 58 million, we brought in Alexandre Luiz from Tottenham, a Brazilian, 23 years old. Again, looks like a decent player. I mean, it's the work rate and vision I was really keen on. Good aggression as well and determination. Dribbling's not bad. Same with the technique. So he's kind of got a range of things, but it's the work rate that I've been really trying to look at as well for the team. Now, there are a few transfers out. Nothing to note. They're all just kind of under 23s, that sort of thing. Other than Nicolo Ravella. But again, we didn't need him in the side because he's not what we need. He's old. We need to get rid of that sort of thing. So we've got our squad. That is how we are looking. I'm still trying to get a right back. Pedro Porro will do this season, but he is 36. And I kind of want to bring in a player who can play right back for a longer term for Juventus. So we'll be doing that. But with that said, looking at the schedule, our formation has been doing very, very well. We haven't conceded. We've won 6-0, 10-0, 3-0, and 4-0 against Atalanta and Milan, including in that. We've got Inter today, which is a massive game, as they're predicted to come second. We're predicted to come top. I think that's partly because of the players we've brought in. And this is the tactic we're doing it with. So we haven't actually got a striker. Well, that's one thing I didn't mention, obviously, is Firmino has left us. 230k striker, 35 years old. Again, 35 years old, so got rid of him. He was our only striker in the squad, so I thought, why not make the most of that and not have a striker? Have someone slightly deeper and have the midfielders pushing forward. Jomar will be playing defensive midfield. That's why we've got Davis in on the left-hand side. Yusuf Demir can play on the right-hand side for now. We might look to bring someone else in maybe next season. But at the moment, it's been working very, very nicely. Niada and Araujo at the back is fantastic because Niado's 19, so he's got plenty of time to get better. But already is just incredible. And then next to him, obviously having Araujo with that experience, being 37. I mean, he's nearly 2 decades older than him. But yeah, I think that's perfect. Pedro Porro on one side, Sangoi's in on the other. Jomar, Demir, Escobar and Luiz in midfield with Davis on the left. And Phil Foden just playing that shadow striker kind of role. He's our best finisher, so he'll be the one playing there. But I mean, it's just as much about linking up the play and the movement and that sort of thing, which he can absolutely do. Then we've got a bench full of players there. So, yeah, we'll jump into the game against Inter Milan. It's going to be a tough one. We know that because it's Inter Milan. But I think I'm feeling confident. It's obviously, you can't take a lot from friendlies. It's they're friendlies at the end of the day. You don't know what team they're playing, if this is how they want to set up, that sort of thing. But I'm feeling good about this. They've got a few good players, Akamak being one of them, another one being Terry Small as well. So they've got a good team playing a 4-2-3-1. But I'm still feeling pretty good. Milan and Torino drew the first game of the season, as we can see them sitting at the top there. And we're second game of the season. So we could go top of the table if we get a win today. But it is all about how we get on and how we can perform. So it is Inter Milan coming forward to start with. Well blocked initially by Alphonso Davies on the left. Alexander Luiz will look to hunt that down initially. And now Davis, it's played inside though, and it's a ball through. Brilliantly done. A challenge that is excellent. The keeper manages to clear in the end. And we look to go again. But, I mean, it's not a fantastic start. And it might end up me panicking and moving players and teams around. But we'll see how that goes and how we can kind of keep going. But it's Razul. Looks down the left. It's Phil Foden is wide open here. Alexandre Luiz, he's going to look to play it back to Jomar, who can look back to Razul, who's got his support there. Jomar again. Across to Pedro Porro, who he can play defensive midfield, so that's why I'm not too concerned about him coming inside. He's good on the ball, that sort of thing. Got experience, which is great. Phil Foden though, not able to make the most of that ball into him as he is challenged, and now it will be Zabani who looks to start the Inter Milan counter attack, although it's not exactly overly counter-attacking, although it's a lovely ball through here. It's 1-on-1 with the keeper. I mean, they've not done anything there. He's had a mare, but they might have... That's a foul. That's not a foul. Madison came out and just claimed it. It looked like he just was sad because he was rubbish. Why is that a penalty? This is dodgy. I mean, I know the Italian football has been known for a bit of dodgy dealings in the past, and it was Juventus, but I think Inter Milan's been paying people. Elias Akamatch stepping up to take this, and he misses anyway. Maybe he knew it wasn't a penalty, and so he was like, no, I'm just going to slot it away from goal because it's ridiculous. Because that is ridiculous. That was never a penalty. Not that I know, I can't, I mean, the animation isn't great, is it? So you're never going to be able to truly tell. But it is Nyada. I think that's what we're going to have to go with this season, Nyada, instead of Nadia, because that's what I want to say, but it's Nyada. Playing the ball around at the back with Araujo. He looks to find a ball forward, but that's not finding anyone. Maybe we do need to push on our wingers a bit more to be able to get them further up the pitch, because at the moment we are really, really deep. As Moreira Jr. is coming forward, it's played inside. Araujo has missed that as Bartholomew. Is that Bartholomev or Bartholomew? Bartholomew something. I don't know. A bit shit, that's what it is. But Foden, here we go. Deliver a good ball in. No, okay, just can't beat the first man. That's fine. Araujo, come on, let's make something happen. Finds it inside, looks inside to Alexander Luiz, Davis. So I guess the players have still got a bond together. They got a gel, so we've got plenty of time. As the ball's whipped in, I say whipped in, it's lofted in very, very high in the end, and Pedro Porro is going to have to get this and go forward once again for Juventus as he looks inside to Escobar. Then Yusuf Demir, who switches it over to Davis. His pass isn't great, but it falls back to him, and he just hits the outside of the post. That was a prime opportunity. I thought he was going to fire it back across goal to the right-hand side to try and hit it inside the post, but he went for the near one. And unfortunately, he hit the post and it went out for a goal kick. But Foden looks for a ball over to Davis, who is running through on goal now. He's got the pace. Can he finish? No, he can't. He can't finish. So he's got 10 finishing. He should be putting something like this on target. But he's certainly not doing that. And by him not doing that, that's given us an opportunity to concede, and we didn't, which is good. We're hitting half-time, though. They probably should be a couple up. I think them missing the penalty helped us, if anything. But what we will do is we will move these boys forward a bit more. I think that is what we'll need to do and try and get it going from there. Now, what we could do is play Phil a bit further forward and just see if he can play there. because I'm thinking maybe he can, or we do that. Yusuf Demir plays deep line forward. Foden plays on the right-hand side. We haven't got much on the bench, I'll be honest, but I think Rene could come on at some stage and change things up. But we'll leave it as it is for now. Well, we've made the changes, so we'll leave it at that just at this stage. And then if we need to, we can look to bring on Xavi Rene on as well. 10 minutes into the second half. And it's very quiet, very, very quiet. A little too quiet for my liking. 20 minutes to go as we have finally got a highlight, and it is for us. Alexandre Luiz into Davis, who's going to look out wide to Razul. Davis again. Razul looks inside to Yusuf Demir, who's laid it through to Foden, who can't quite finish. And it is saved there. Oh, what a lovely goal that could have been. But we've got a corner. Phil Foden. Can he deliver? Can we get a goal? It's played in. It's cleared comfortably in the end. But Araujo will get onto that. Can he look down the line? He does. Finds Escobar, who's one of the big players we've signed. His delivery isn't good enough, and it is cleared. But again, we will come forward once more. Pedro Porro into Jomar, into Davis. He's not got anyone out wide, as he is the wide man. It's played inside. Escobar, Foden receives again. He's got to look back to Pedro Porro to try and keep it. And we have to kind of recycle things. That is an awful, awful challenge. And it's a sending off. Magro Agar is coming on for Akamatch to try and make up the numbers again. But it's a delivery which is very, very poor. But we really need to try and make the most of this now. We've got lots of midfielders, and we need to try and get something out of this, as it does come to the left-hand side for Inter Milan. Moreira Jr. into Ugar, who has only just come onto the pitch, lays it back to the defence, and they go forward once again. Moreira Jr. on the left-hand side. He's surrounded by players, but still manages to find Bartholomew. Bartholomew? I don't know. Small. Thierry Small, left-hand side, shoots by Gelly, and it is blocked. Goes out for a corner. We need to make something happen now, because we're a man up, and hey, Philip Herman. I'm pretty sure he's Philip Herman that used to play for Leicester that we signed. Yeah, it is. Oh, that's cool. I mean, thanks, Philip, for getting sent off, giving us a chance here. 15 minutes to go. Not looking great, as we haven't really done anything. Yusuf Demir, we'll take you off. Xavi Rene will go on up top. We'll change it to an advance forward. And we'll go on with 5 minutes to go. It's looking less and less likely. Shall we go very attacking and just end the game? Because that's what happens when you go very attacking. Or you concede 6. So we'll see which one of those is it going to be. It looks like it's going to be the former, as it does tick down. The clock's going, and that's full time. Great stuff. There you go then. Not the perfect start. I'm going to have to fiddle with this formation a bit more. And see what we can do. Maybe I just go back to what we were planning on doing, the original way. I did put a bid in for Rodrigo, but he doesn't want to come. Understandable. Why would you want to leave Chelsea when they look very, very good? Into though, top Serie A for the moment. Not ideal start to the season, but there's lots of games to go. We've got the Super Cup final against Lazio to come. And also, we've obviously got the Italian Cup as well, along with the Europa League, which hasn't been drawn yet. So we'll see how things go. We'll get to that stage and hopefully be ready to win a trophy in January. But with that, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.